Hello, beautiful souls. All right, so I'm not to the bottom of something yet, but I wanted to bring it up and talk about it here in case you guys are going through something similar. Over the past week, I have noticed a distinct shift in dream time. And what I'm going to say is that the idea of there being thought forms that are coming in and, we entertain them or not, especially in dream time, that has been a thing. Whether you have realized it for yourself or not, for me, that has been a thing. And I would be like, okay, I'm noticing this thought form. Like, even if I wake up to it, is it mine? And if it's not, I'm able to, boom, just dismiss it immediately. But what I've noticed in the past week is that it has changed. And so when I have been awoken, I'm not really sure how to even say it, I am in the middle of an emotional response. So typically how this works, you have a thought, right? It triggers an emotion in your body, hormones get dropped, physical response typically is how it works. Well, this is like bypassing the thought process in my knowing. And so I'm waking up with a full-fledged, usually it has to do with like anxiety. Like the fight or flight is like triggered in me already when I'm waking up. And it's like, oh, what? You can think about it like this. If you are startled awake for whatever reason, even if it's like an emergency, it usually takes a minute to kind of get your bearings, right? No, this is full-fledged emotional response. And I there is a reason I keep saying this. I've been talking to my friends. I'm like, what the heck is going on? It has to do with our emotional bodies that is then triggering a response in our physical bodies. And, obviously affecting our dream time and whatever. But it's also just messing with our aura in general. Interesting. I didn't have a problem with my throat earlier. So yeah, it's like clouding our aura because we're like flooded with cortisol and the fight or flight and all this stuff that this basically it's fear. But I mean, I'm to this point now where I'm not saying I'm never afraid. That's not what I'm saying. I can usually shift fear really quickly into something else. But I am finding myself having to deal with this fear and anxiety in the middle of the night. This is new for me. I have never dealt with this, ever. I mean, even when I was going through my divorce, I slept great. So something is shifting. Something major is shifting. And what keeps coming in for me is that it is a frequency manipulation that's happening. And, and so I asked my team and my higher self, well, what am I supposed to do? I took the crystal grid out from underneath my bed and cleansed it. And then I'm like, well, and I'm not being called to put it back underneath there right now, but what can I do? And so knowing to do is to play solfeggio frequencies at night. And that it overrides whatever tones and frequencies are in the ambient atmosphere. I'm not sure how this is happening. The thing is that I really don't like listening to stuff when I'm sleeping. I mean, I can, and I usually listen to something, as I'm going to sleep and, like a reputable, creator of solfeggio frequencies. But, I don't just have a meditation going all night. And I don't have solfeggio frequencies going all night. I tend to not like that. But that's what they're telling me. And that came in yesterday when I was in a session with my friend Jeff, and we were working on somebody, my son, and I heard this tone, and it was like a leaf blower or something outside. But whatever it was, I was like, it needed to be overlaid. So I turned on, I think it was my favorite frequency right now is 999. But there's so many different ones that you can pick. The most important thing is to just pick something that is reputable, especially if you're going to fall asleep listening to it. Like a lot of these meditations that come on that are live, like on YouTube, I never listen to those. Because you are opening yourself up big time when you are asleep to all kinds of subliminal whatever, and I'm very cognizant of that. It's just interesting that this is happening, and especially this whole idea of fear is not really, I can shift that quick. So anyway, I just wanted to share that. Let me know if you guys are coming across something similar. It was funny this morning when I had trouble going to sleep last night. I had trouble staying asleep last night, and my dog started going berserk at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And so I didn't sleep that great. But then I woke up and there were all of these other people that I know that were talking about this too. And so I'm like, uh-huh. And I know I talked a little bit about it on a live I did about a week ago. And I think I wrote about it a couple times. But so supposedly the thing to do, and I haven't done it yet, is to listen to solfeggio frequencies that are of a positive nature when you're sleeping, that it will counteract whatever these not so great frequencies are that are being pumped out. Who is doing it? I don't know. Why? I don't know, but I can only imagine that it is to create more fear and uncertainty and anxiety. And I mean, when that happens, then we are easier to control. And so I think the big picture is that. Anyway, hope you guys are doing good. Love you. Bye.